Good morning. In this video, we are going to start our exploration of the muscles of the torso, and specifically, we are going to do the anterior muscles in the chest area or in the thorax. So the first one is the muscle that is commonly known as the pecs, and this is the pectoralis muscle. As you can see, it has a broad origin all along the clavicle and the sternum, and then from there, it converges, is a convergent type muscle. It converges to its insertion, which is on the proximal part of the humerus, like in the intertubercular groove, just on the lateral aspect of that. So when this muscle contracts, it's going to be pulling the humerus towards the body or adducting it and medially rotating it because of its location of the insertion. Now, if you take the pectoralis major muscle off, you will see that there is a smaller muscle deep to it. And I want to point out in textbooks, just like in the model on the left, what you commonly see are the more superficial muscles on one side and the deeper muscles on the other side. I'm not saying superficial is always on the right and deep's on the left. I'm just letting you know that usually you cannot, well, obviously you can't see deep muscles because if they're superficial muscles are there because they're covered. So that's why they have the two sides of the body look differently. So deep to the pectoralis major, we have a muscle known as the pectoralis minor. And as you can see, it has distinct origins on the anterior surface of the ribs. And this could be either ribs 2, 3, 4 or 3, 4, 5. So we say it comes from ribs 2, 3, 4, 5 because most people, well, some people can have it coming from 3 ribs and some people can have it coming from 4 ribs, okay? So that's the pectoralis minor. Continuing on, now we have muscles that come off a little bit more laterally, so not so central, but a little bit more laterally, still on the anterior surface of the ribs. And this is ribs 1 through 8, okay? So coming from a lot of the ribs. And when you look at the side of the body, what you can see is it has like this zigzag appearance from its origins. Okay? Another word for zigzag is serrated, like the serrated knife you use for cutting bread. And because this is anterior, this is called the serratus anterior. Now, there is a serratus posterior, but we're not going to learn about that in this course. All right. So those are all muscles which are actually anterior to the ribs. The next set of muscles are intercostals. Do you remember what that prefix inter means? Yeah, between. So these are not anterior to the ribs, but they go from the lower surface of one rib to the upper surface of the other rib. Okay. And when we look at intercostal muscles, we have 2 different layers. So if you put your hands like you were going to put them in your pockets, they would go like this, where they're upper outer to inner to lower inner. Okay. And that is the direction of the fibers in the more superficial layer, also known as the intercostal layer. So look at the picture on the left, and do you notice these fibers going from upper outer towards lower inner? They're going in this direction. Now these muscles all start posteriorly and then move their way anteriorly, and the external intercostals do not make it all the way to the sternum. So that's why in the medial aspect of this chest, you can see deeper muscles with a different muscle fiber direction. So you need to pay attention to muscle fiber direction to figure out which ones are the external intercostals. All right. So now take either one of these hands that was like this and put it behind the other. So you can do it on this side, on your left side, or you can do it like this on the right side. And so now the hand that was deep, if these are the external intercostal, they're superficial. The hands that were deep are now going in this direction. And that's the direction of fibers in the internal intercostal. And so those tend to go almost all the way to the sternum, so they're very easy to see in an anterior view. Okay. So on the models, Look at the picture on the right where you clearly can see with the black arrows, the external intercostal muscles, and with the red arrows, the internal intercostal muscles. And also on this one, there's other muscles that you can clearly see here. So on this picture, before you move on, you can see a pectoralis major, the right one. You can see the left pectoralis minor, and you can see the left serratus anterior. So make sure you find all of these and look at all the model pictures as well. And with that, we are done with the muscles of the anterior thorax. So I will see you again shortly as we continue this exploration into muscles of the thorax.